Good morning. Apologies for my very husky morning voice, but this morning I wanted to take you with me on my morning routine. It's actually a weekend today, so it's a little later than I usually get up in the week, but not by much. I normally get up around sort of 7:30, 8 o'clock today. And yeah, I thought I would share with you kind of, products I'm using at the moment, what I'm having for breakfast, and just, yeah, have a bit of a chat and a catch up with you guys. So the first thing I do without fail is have a glass of water. I find particularly with my gut health issues that I really, really need to do this first thing, as it really kind of wakes everything up, gets my digestive system going again. Before I do anything else, I always make the bed. This really sets the tone for the day as I like my home to feel organised and calm, even more so now that we're working from home. Sometimes I use this time to put on some music, have a little dance around, and get myself in a positive headspace for the day. And yes, I have way too many pillows and cushions. It's actually getting out of control. So next up, I've just done a few very boring kind of housekeeping jobs like laundry. But I'm now in the bathroom and I'm about to brush my teeth, moisturising my skincare, which I'm going to show you, and then I'll also do any kind of makeup and things to my face that I was planning to. Probably need to sort my hair out as well because we're actually off to David's parents today for lunch. So yeah, I probably will get actually dressed in some makeup, which doesn't happen every day, trust me, and also my hair. So I'm sure I'm not the only one that has the bathroom cabinet of horror. Basically loads of products that we mostly don't really use that I probably need to do something with. But every morning I come in here and I reach for my Cerave moisturising cream. Yes, like most of you know already, I don't wash my face in the morning. I just go straight in with moisturiser. I know that this horrifies some of you, but it works really well for my skin. Like, I don't mind if there's still some product there from the night before. There very rarely is. My skin actually feels quite dry. Maybe because we're putting the central heating back on these days. I just find that my skin is definitely feeling a lot more dry. But mostly my skin is fine and I have no problem just going straight in with moisturiser. It works wonders for my skin. I don't break out because of this, and yeah, it just keeps everything really nice and hydrated. First things first, obviously hair needs to go up. I also always sleep with my hair up. I used to always sleep with it down, but I just feel like all the products and things may get on your pillow, anything that you've picked up outside. It just feels kind of gross. So I always put my hair up before I go to sleep in a top knot. And also it kind of makes it into a nice wave sometimes if I'm lucky when I take it out in the morning. Hasn't done that this morning. But that's normally the aim. I didn't film me brushing my teeth, obviously, because that is just a step that nobody really wants to watch. But I have brushed my teeth and I wanted to show you this little thing, which you may have seen before, I'm not sure. It is basically a tongue scraper. And I'll be honest, when I first used this, I was like, that is so gross. But it does such a better job than just like your toothbrush, or like sometimes on the back of toothbrushes, they have that kind of tongue scraper. This works super, super well. And ever since I've been doing it, I do feel like my mouth just feels way more fresh, and yeah, really enjoying using this. I normally do it in the morning just because I feel like there might have been like a build-up of bacteria and things overnight, but you can do it in the evening as well, I believe. So I don't use tons, just probably about this much for my whole face. And I explained this in another video maybe a few weeks ago, but I actually shower in the evening at the end of the day. So in the mornings, unless I've got something like really important to go to where I really want to have like fresh, like washed hair, I will always wash my hair in the evening. I kind of feel like washing is like meant to be an enjoyable experience rather than something that I rush to do before I get ready for the day. So yeah, and also I'm a massive germaphobe and hate the concept of getting into like clean PJs and bed sheets when I've been out and about, maybe going for a walk, or like even if you've just gone food shopping or whatever. I just feel a bit gross. This is completely me being a massive germaphobe, but I used to always be somebody that showers in the morning, but when I met David, I realised his routine was totally different to mine, and actually I way prefer it now. So yeah, I won't be showering this morning because I had a nice long shower last night before I went to bed. And so yeah, I'm just going to go straight in with my skincare. As I've said, I've already done the Cerave. Next step will be my SPF, but I like to kind of just wait for that to sink in, I guess like maybe 5 minutes. I'm also in need of a natural deo recommendation again. I was using Wild, which I did really get on with for the first month or so. But after about, I don't know, like nearly 3 months, I noticed my underarms were so red and irritated, and I actually thought it was because of the heat, because we did have a bit of a heat wave here in the UK this summer. But it turns out as soon as I stopped this, they went back to normal and they were completely fine. So I can no longer use it, which I'm really sad about because I thought it was like my ultimate natural deo, because I've been searching for one for literally years. The smell is amazing, it's got amazing ingredients, like the packaging is so cute, but yeah, I'm back to using just regular like Shore deodorant. So if you have any good recommendations, please leave them for me in the description box, because I'm desperate to find one that I really like, that smells good, that lasts all day, doesn't break me out around my armpits or have any ingrown hairs or irritation. So yeah, please let me know. For now though, it's back to this. I also wanted to give my PJs, or I guess they're kind of loungewear comfies, a bit of a shout out, because I have lived in these this year. They are so perfect and comfy regardless of the season. I was even wearing them in summer. And actually my sister and my family very kindly chose these for me. They were meant to be a bit of a present that went in a hamper. David and I were meant to get married in June, which obviously didn't happen. So they very kindly got us like a really cute little hamper, including this white all-in-one comfy set that I wore on my wedding day. I believe they're from Misguided, and honestly, they, along with these little slippers, are just heaven. Okay, so now I keep all my makeup, including my tinted SPF, in here. Still loving and using this one by Paula's Choice. It's the Super Light Daily Wrinkle Defense, and it is slightly tinted. If you haven't heard me rave about this before, then you are probably new here, because I feel like I talk about this product in basically every single one of my videos. It is my favourite SPF. I cannot rate it highly enough if you also have acne prone skin like me. My skin actually today isn't feeling too bad. I did have a few breakouts that lasted quite some time, but yeah, my skin's looking good today. Everything's kind of healed, it's smooth. But yeah, you do need to wear SPF, just as a reminder, every single day. Doesn't matter where you live, if it's a hot climate or if it's raining like it probably will do here in the UK today, you need to wear it. This one is actually coming to the end of its life by the looks of it, so I'm gonna cut it open and use a clip basically to see if I can get more product out of it, because I know that there's some more in there. It's just, yeah, very hard to squeeze out. Here it goes. And now, don't know if you can see, but there is so much more product in there. Can you see? Hopefully. And then basically I'm going to use this sandwich clip when I close it so that it can stay like this on the dressing room table. That's a cool little hack, right? So you can get more out of your products and you don't need to throw them away when you think that they are almost empty. I feel like my skin at the moment has definitely been very up and down, and as you guys know, I do track this in my skin story journal, and I did actually put out a video last week talking about my acne triggers, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago, and I do believe that even though I've been tracking for some time, I can still start to discover new things. A lot of it I believe is now linked with my gut health. I feel like I had a real flare-up of gastritis in the summer. I only knew it was gastritis because I did all the protocol to bring down a flare of gastritis, and it worked, and it was just super, super painful when I have been diagnosed with this in the past. But I do believe, like, when I'm having a flare up like that, it does have a real impact on my skin as well. I think being away whenever you're abroad, like, and out of your routine can have an effect on your skin as well. But certainly, like, my gut health feels very, very linked. And so I've been making a real effort to track that in my journal this month to see, you know, what sort of things I'm doing for my gut health that might also impact my skin. I am changing up my diet again a little bit. I'm actually going to show you something really yummy that I made yesterday. I am actually going to show you my breakfast, which is super gut friendly. I've been doing a course, or actually I did this course a while ago, the Digesting Wellness course. So Mallory, who I actually met over on Instagram, has an amazing course for gut health issues that I have, like small intestinal bacterial overgrowth, acid reflux, IBS. So she is amazing at that, and I'm actually booked in to speak to her privately, to have like a one-on-one consultation and work with her privately for, I think it's 6 weeks, her program. And that's starting this week, which I'm really excited about. So I went back to her course and found lots of new recipes that I probably didn't discover the first time round. One being this apple spiced loaf, which I'm gonna have for breakfast. So yeah, I'm trying to make my breakfast as stress-free as possible. I realized I was getting up in the morning before work and making like the most insane breakfast, which was so yummy, don't get me wrong, but it's like gluten-free oat pancakes with chocolate and berries, and all of it's super yummy, but it would take me like a good 20 minutes to make, and probably then another 10 minutes to eat. So yeah, trying to streamline my morning process, but I will show you this in a minute. It is super yummy, like I said. Okay, so I think I've put on an adequate layer of SPF. Sorry about the lighting in here, I know it's not the best, but it's a rainy British autumn morning, so light is not on our side. In case you haven't seen how this looks on, I will take a step back so that you can see, but it's super dewy. It's really, really, really lovely. Kind of, I would say it's more silky actually, maybe not dewy. It does dry into like a more of a matte texture as the day goes on for me anyway. but it's not super drying or mattifying like I have found some other products, because for me that doesn't work. I use tretinoin, so I can get quite dry skin, and any kind of matte products just highlights that. I'd really recommend, actually, even if you are very oily like I used to be, it actually works so much better if I applied a product that was more kind of like silky, like this, for example, the Paula's Choice, and then go in with powder if I needed it in any areas, because sometimes I think like drying products, like mattifying products, really are quite harsh and irritating for acne prone skin. So if you're acne prone and oily, yeah, sometimes it can just aggravate that. This is another product that I've spoken about quite a lot recently. It's the Cerave Healing Ointment. I also said in the last video, and I stand by it, that you probably could get the Aquaphor healing ointment as well, which is a little bit more accessible if you're in the UK, does the same thing. But this is such a big tube. I know it's gonna last me for absolutely ages. And really, I just use this on my lips, to be honest. Just like a very kind of clear, you're not gonna be able to see this, are you? Like a very clear lip balmy gel, very much like Vaseline. This just has ceramides, so it's great if you are on Roaccutane. I would really recommend something like this. I used to carry my Aquaphor around with me like an accessory. I would go absolutely nowhere without it when I was on Accutane. Just a bit of lip balm to make sure my lips are nice and moisturised for the rest of the day. I think I'll do the rest of my face in my bedroom because the lighting next door was terrible. I also want to bring up something that I'm pretty sure I am not alone with. If you are also in your early 30s like I am, I'm now getting to the point where I'm not only looking at acne scars and breakouts, but I'm definitely getting a lot more kind of fine lines and wrinkles on my forehead, around my, what are these called, like 11s, around my eyes. So I'm really looking for like products that treat both. Don't get me wrong, I have zero problem aging gracefully. I just feel like maybe this is slightly premature. I'm 32 in a few months, and actually I don't think that I've done a whole lot of damage to my skin in the last few years, but certainly when I was younger, I used to sit in the sun all summer, dying to get a tan. I don't even know what factor SPF I was putting on my face, probably nothing. So yeah, I do feel like some of these are a little bit premature. I do also find, maybe you also have this as well, if you are acne prone and have scarring, my skin in the morning just looks 10 times better, and then throughout the day, my scarring becomes a little bit more visible. Not so much now, but when my scarring was very visible, yeah, I used to find that the mornings were so much better, and I'm also finding this right now with like fine lines and wrinkles. They look so much better right now than they will do in about 5 hours. I've also got the deep red nail polish back out, which means you know it is officially autumn. I seem to switch between two, one being this deep red one by Rimmel. It's in Venus. I've used this for years. It's like the gel effect. I rate this so highly, and it's very affordable. Or in the spring summer, I use ballet slippers by Essie, which I also swear by. But yeah, if anyone has any nail polish recommendations in these kind of like deep kind of colors, this isn't actually coming out as dark on camera, but it is a very, very deep red. I'm also interested in trying some others because I'm getting quite bored of rotating the same 2 nail polishes throughout the year for years. One other thing very quickly on nails is that my mum actually got me a really nice nail kit for Christmas last year, and in it was this apricot nail and cuticle oil, which honestly has sorted my nails out really, really, really well. My cuticles used to be so rough and brittle, but I use this quite often, and actually they're so much easier to treat when I do my nails every Friday. It's my little self-care routine and I love it, but this has made life so much easier. Right, let's get on with some makeup. So first up, concealer, which is this one by ELF, ELF, yeah, eyes, lips, face, and it's this flawless concealer, which I have been using for quite some time now. I'll be honest, I'm just trying to use it up. I do like the texture of it. It is super creamy. It doesn't kind of like highlight dryness or anything around the eyes, which I really like. And I do only use this around my eyes. I'm not concealing like any of my spots or anything like that. I am totally okay in my own skin now. I actually welcome you to try, if you feel comfortable in doing this, experimenting with makeup and using it not to conceal your face and like cover any kind of blemishes, acne scars, spots, but yeah, to kind of embrace it, because that has certainly been such a great way for me to heal not only my skin but how I feel about myself. So I just put a little bit around my eyes. I also use it as like an eye shadow primer, I guess. Also, full disclosure here, as you probably know if you watch my channel regularly, I am definitely not a makeup expert, but this is what works for me, so I'm sharing it with you this morning as it's part of my routine. But yeah, I'm just going to blend this out, and then what I'll do is I'll go in with like a powder just to kind of mattify my eyelid before applying eyeshadow. I find that that works best. I'm also a massive fan of using my bronzer as an eyeshadow just in the crease, which I'll show you in a second, just to kind of add some definition, but keep things natural. I got so tempted to buy some new makeup the other day, and I actually posted on Instagram, I don't know if you saw, but me sorting through like old makeup that I still have, some that wasn't even opened. So I'm really making it a priority to get through that stash first before I even consider buying anything new, because to be honest, I'm not really a makeup wearer day to day anyway, and on top of that, we are mostly indoors for 2020, so it doesn't really feel like I should be spending much money on makeup. It just doesn't feel right. But that being said, if you have any great recommendations, again, please let me know, because I'm always curious about experimenting and trying new things, and maybe I'll put it on my wish list for 2021. Okay, so I've got the absolute dregs left of this Hoola bronzer. I can hear David coming back from the gym right now, so he's probably gonna, yeah, walk in at any moment. So I'll just show you close up what my eyes look like. I'm not sure if you can see, but there's slight definition now. Once I finish my makeup, I'll show you properly, but it's just nice to have a little something in the creases that kind of goes with your cheeks. So I'm gonna also put some on with this Real Techniques bronzer brush. At this point, I'm just using the camera as a mirror. But I always make sure I kind of move it up towards my temples, my forehead, just where I would naturally catch the sun, as I, almost always want my makeup to look as natural as possible. Now I'm just going to add a little bit of blusher to my cheeks with this stippling brush by MAC, which I'm not even joking, it's probably older than some of you. I think I got this when I was going to go to prom when I was 16, so I've had this over half my life. That's absolutely mental, but it's still in such good nick, so it just shows if you invest in good brushes, they last an absolute lifetime. So, and I'm using this blush colour by MAC as well, which is called Lotus Blossom, which I love. Just putting this on the apples of my cheeks. Hopefully it will make me look a little bit more awake and alive. And now I'm just going to comb through my lashes, sorry, not lashes, my brows, and apply some mascara to my lashes, and then my face really is good to go for today. I don't make a huge effort like I just explained with makeup, but I did want to look a little bit more awake today if we're going to David's parents. Oh, by the way, I'm using this one by number 7. It's not really out of choice. My mum got this for me, but it works quite well actually. It's number 7 in, I think it's just black, yeah. And it is their Intense Volume. So that is my face done, as you can see, and now I need to find something to wear. Recently swapped out my summer wardrobe for my autumn winter clothes and had a full clear out, which felt great. So I'm looking forward to picking out something autumnal and cozy. Okay, so I think I'm just going to put on something very comfy today. Just this really comfy, it's not really a sweatshirt material, but like a little jumper, and my favourite jeans, which are from Zara. In fact, both of these are from Zara, like the majority of my wardrobe. I also want to try out my new bag strap today, which I think will be perfect on my Louis Vuitton Pochette Matisse. This is my absolute baby. I wear this all the time. And yeah, I ordered this off a seller on Etsy. I also have one of their other bag straps that I've been using for ages, but I think this will look nice together today. Before I get dressed, I'm actually going to head over into the kitchen to get myself some breakfast, because I like to enjoy my breakfast in my comfy clothes. And yeah, I'm also going to show you a drink that I'm making as I'm trying to give up coffee again for my gut health. Okay, so this is my coffee replacement. It is this cacao powder. It's basically got a tiny bit of caffeine in it, but obviously it's so much more nutrient dense. So I'm really hoping it's going to help with any of like the jitters. Like I do find that caffeine does affect me quite a bit, but I'm addicted to coffee. I love the stuff and I just find it so hard to give it up. But for the last week I've been using this, like having a really nice healthy hot chocolate in the morning. It has, as I said, a little bit of a caffeine kick, so it can kind of wake you up, but it's much gentler on the gut. So yeah, I'm still trying that out. I can't promise you that it's the exact replacement of what I'm looking for, but it will do for now. And then actually adding some minor figures Barista Oat Milk, which I haven't actually tried before. I think I've had this in coffee shops, but never at home. So I'm just gonna whip that up in the milk frother. Okay, it has not frothed at all. Let me try that again. Yeah, still no luck, not very impressed so far, but I'm gonna add this in anyway because it does need to make it nice and creamy. That being said, it tastes delicious, so it's definitely not Oatly barista. Usually I get like a really nice kind of frothy morning hot chocolate, but today it's It's not, but it still tastes really good. This is the spiced apple loaf that I was talking about earlier that I baked yesterday. So I'm gonna have a couple of slices of that for breakfast, probably with some butter, and I might also have a few little berries or something on the side. Having to constantly change up my diet to try and heal my gut has been really overwhelming, so I'm really happy with the recipe suggestions in Mallory's Digesting Wellness course. I honestly would never have thought to bake with cassava flour, but this absolutely works. Whilst I have my breakfast, I usually write a to-do list for the day, highlighting any tasks that I really need to do first. This just helps me stay super organised and productive. Okay, breakfast done, time to get dressed. So I am dressed and ready to go. It has been so much fun getting ready with you guys this morning and sharing my morning routine. If you are also keen to find out all the things that I've been buying recently for my acne-prone skin, then I actually uploaded last week a new video showing you all the things that I've newly discovered that are really working for me. One being something to help me with my maskne. I don't know about you guys, but I'm certainly experiencing a lot more breakouts now that I'm wearing a mask so often. So yeah, definitely check that video out if you are also dealing with the same issues. But that is all from me this week. Thank you so much for tuning in and watching, and I will see you all very soon.